Yes, brothers and sisters, welcome back to the program Why Islam. So we have heard Azizul, and if I tell you, is my brother, and I have heard him talk on many occasions, and yet I'm moved. Right? If we follow the book, Allah will reveal the book for us, the Quran. If we follow it, what it is we reading, then as I say, no fear, no shall you grieve. Allah tells us to recite what is sent of the book by inspiration to thee and establish regular prayer for prayer restraint from shameful and unjust deeds. And the remembrance of Allah is the greatest. So we have many challenges in life, as Brother Azizul has said. As Brother Azizul has said, we have many challenges in life. But we have to stand up, put our foot down, and attack it. Don't run from it. Deal with it to be successful. Now, as usual, you talk about the Satan, Iblis. How come Satan keep getting to me, to you, and all of us? Because you say he's doing so much a thing to us, you know. We have problems even when you're driving. You have problem between yourselves, family, and so forth. What it is, so that Satan has.
Well, as we said before, one of the things is coming to the end, right? Coming to the end, just now one of the things is Iblis, Satan, issue a challenge. And the thing is, when he issue a challenge, he wants to be man enemy. So his challenge is, he will do anything in his power. Things that we perceive not, or ways that we perceive not, just to get after man. Allah, why? Why you choose man? You understand? So one of the things is, why you choose man and you didn't choose me? Why you didn't choose me to come down and vote? Why you didn't choose me to represent you? So the thing is, he get a competition that he did not like. So he will use methodology, ways, he will use simple things as they said, a car. So sometimes we want to know why. Why a car? But today, in today's world, we will see as a child leaves school, he want a car. Why you want a car? Show off, zest, pride, envy, jealousy. The neighbor have one, so I want one. You understand? And today's world is like that. So Iblis walk from ways we see not. You understand? So in other words, you want a car, but what a car do? If you look at a car diverts your attention from the main object in life. You know, when you have a car, you know what happens? Now you want to go and sell them on. All this hours, so you want to go shagaramas in the beach. You know what happens? Your friend come and call you have a car now. Pick up your friend, you forget mommy and daddy, you forget your children home, you forget your wife home, you have the car, so you're going. So we see a car to be good. Yes, a car is good. But watch how much negative, see, Iblis thinking otherwise, Satan thinking otherwise. So the thing is, he gives you something good, but he have object down the road, how he could use it otherwise. So Iblis work in a kind of disguised way. He use it. So he use the good things, but he also gets you to do wrong with it. So then is some of the ways we need, you know, tell we children about it, tell we wife. So we need to know the angles they come from. Very smart. Satan, very, very smart. And that is what he said. He will sit down, size you out, he will have patience. If he want to get after you, he will spend time after you.
Now, you talk about the Quran plenty, right? When you're talking plenty about the Quran. The second chapter of the Quran tells us that this is the book. If we read the book and practice what we have in the book, don't you think that will help us?
Yeah. But we want to ask also the viewers out there, mommy, daddy, children, anybody willing to call or ask a question, you're free to call in. So brothers and sisters, one of the things is when Allah told Iblis, Satan, Adam and his wife, and maybe if he had others, and he told them, go forth from this state, all of you. Surely there will come to you from me, Allah, words of inspiration and guidance. And whosoever follow these words of inspiration and guidance, no fear shall come upon you, nor shall you grieve. So I want to tell this whole wide world that Allah promised that. Allah promised this whole wide world that He will send this guidance in the beginning of our creation. And Allah did exactly that. Time after time, He sent that guidance. And He fulfilled that guidance with the comment of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And this is what this Quran is all about, the guidance. And Allah continued to say, whosoever follow these words of inspiration and guidance, no fear shall come upon you, nor shall you grieve. But brothers and sisters, sometimes we ask ourselves, how come we still fear and grieve? How we still experience difficulty? And that is something Muslim people should know and try to understand. Why we follow the Quran? Why we perform Salah? Why we do right thing? But why we still find ourselves in difficulty and problem?
Yes, brothers and sisters, viewers, don't forget to call. If you have a question, views or opinion, feel free. The numbers on the screen. Don't forget the name of the program, Why Islam.
So one of the things, Brother Mirza, is why come?
We have a call on the line there. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Why Islam.
Hello.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Alaikum assalam.
I just called to say that I really did enjoy this program. I have listened to it last week, and I have just listened to it, and I was very pleased with it. I would like you to tell me, I would like to know what makes Islam the best religion. In your words, what is there in Islam for me as a non-believer to come into this religion? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much for your question. What the caller would like to know. What the caller would like to know is what makes Islam this great religion. What you could tell the caller to encourage them to come into this religion.
Well, sister, why Islam? We say that Muslim is one who submits to Allah, and Allah is the creator who creates everything, who guides everything. We believe in one supreme being. And brothers and sisters, there is a challenge in life to we human beings. And this creator is saying in the challenges that we will face time after time, that if we do the correct thing, we will overcome the challenge. But also I want to say that although we do the correct thing, challenges will still come. So Muslim people are embedded with a lot of challenges. And we need to know that if you want to come into Islam, it will not be an easy ride. Challenges will come. And now that you're saying that you are interested in Islam, I am telling you as a Muslim, challenges will come to you more. And this is the purpose of being a Muslim. And we say that what is the purpose of challenges? What is the purpose of difficulty? Brothers and sisters, and you caller, I want to also tell this whole wide world why difficulties come, why challenges come. Allah provides difficulties and challenges in order that we may learn to think, that we will figure out that we will become better, that we will have an opportunity to learn and progress. This is the purpose of challenges. And if we don't have challenges, we will not know this. We will not know that. Cannot tell people what is right from wrong. Cannot tell people about hunger. Cannot tell people about shooting and crime. But when we actually know it and see it and be part of it, and we overcome it, we find ways and methodology how to overcome it, then we can tell others. Islam is a religion that tells you about one God. You come from him. Inna lillahi, we say it in Arabic. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We come from that creator, and one day we will go back to that creator. Why we are going back to that creator? In order that he may reward us, or suffer us, or punish us for our consequence. So Islam is a religion that believes in a creator that is not biased, that he is fair, that he is just, that the devil, when the devil pray to him, he answer the devil prayer. When I pray to him also, he answer mine prayer. It's someone that is fair, that is just. It's not like I'm judge or a magistrate that will favor this one and favor that one. Islam is a religion of justice, truth, honesty, piety. It's a religion that tells you that one day you are going back to your creator to give account for every single thing that we do in this whole wide world. And this is what Islam is all about. When we go back to that creator, what we will answer and tell him. But Islam, the key to Islam is, how come when you go back to that creator who creates everything from nothing into something, when you go back to him, how could he reward you to good? How could he reward you good when you live this whole wide world? Your whole life in this whole wide world, and you did not recognize that creator. It comes like you work in a factory. You work for someone, but you don't recognize the boss. You live with your parents, but you don't recognize your parents. How could your parents provide for you? How could they mind you? How could they see about you? And you just curse your parents. You ill talk them, you bad talk them. You don't even look up to them. This is what God is all about. If you live in this world and you don't recognize Allah, your creator, who bring you from nothing into something, who make you walk, talk, who bring you from a drop, then he put flesh in you, then he put bone into you, then he calls you to come out, then he calls you to creep and walk and talk and provide everything from you. If you don't recognize him and you go back to him, what will happen? This is what Islam is all about. For you to think, for you to remember, you have to go back to him. So we Muslims need to recognize him, glorify him, thank him for it. And this is what Islam is all about. How could you thank and glorify the created things that Allah the Creator creates? Then we will find ourselves in problems. So I hope that you understand what I am saying.
Now, brothers and sisters, and caller, that caller especially, I hope that your question was answered. It takes time to answer the question. So please, callers, bear with us. It takes time to answer the question and do justice to it. Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, caller. Welcome to Why Islam.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, salam, brother.
We're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just calling to say that you're all doing a great job, and it's an inspiration that the older heads like you are doing a good job for the youth like us. And should have more programs. We could continue listening you all. You're doing a good job. And it's been an inspiration for the youth. And I, as a youth myself, I sit down and watch it, and I got a little plenty inspiration.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very welcome.
Yeah, so I will say I encourage more youths to sit down and watch this program, so we will learn a little more.
Okay.
And I hope people call in to get more information from you all. Alright, brother.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Good job.
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Well, that caller was saying that that caller enjoyed the program and he talks about how the program going and so forth, right? Now, as for the last...
Yeah, I want to say something. I want to tell the audience, OJ, that we are not no scholars in Islam, we are not no Maulana, we are not no Sheikh, we are not no Mufti, we are just ordinary, simple Muslims, and it's how we see the Quran, it's how we see Allah's messages, and it's how we interpret it. So we are not no scholars, so I just want the audience just to know that.
Yes, brothers and sisters, now life is a struggle. Whether you believe in Islam or not, you still struggle out there. Still have to go to work. Still have problems. You can't get away from that. If you come to Islam, it doesn't mean that that will just go away. Our book tells us that even if you believe, you will have trial and tribulation and tests and so forth. So as for the first caller, I hope as we have done justice to your question, if by chance you need to know anything more, please call us.
Email.
We also have email azizulmohammed@gmail.com. You could email your question. So Azizul, you also talk.
The email.
Yeah, azizulmohammed@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So Azizul, you also mentioned something there vaguely about that garden. About the garden. You mentioned vaguely about the garden. Just vaguely, you know. You tell us that what happens after Adam and Eve had committed, done wrong, after they had done wrong. What that garden was like?
What a garden was
Yeah,
like.
what it was like, yeah, because you're saying that then they started to feel the heat of the sun. You know the example you give. So that garden you talk about.
Well, the garden, Allah didn't went in details and express or detail or describe the garden. But from the wording of the Quran, we will see that the garden was a place that was free from difficulty and trouble. They had no needs or wants. Everything was provided. Everything was easy and ready. Everything was available to them. And we will see that when difficulty starts, difficulty is what exposed them to hardship. So we see that there was joy, but Iblis have a way when difficulties and trials come. You know what happened? We see the next side of the coin. So the gardener, as Allah say, each do what you want. I provided there for you. So things was joy. But it's only when they violate the command and instruction of Allah, then otherwise that happen. Then you see the next aspect of it. So the thing is, we living at home and we allow our children to do what they want, go out when they want, come when they want. But we don't see the consequence of it. You understand? But if they go out and they don't come back when time comes, then you realize that there was a negative consequence there. So the thing is, life have it up and down and good and bad. So Allah exposed them to good things. But man have a tendency, and that is the purpose of man. Man always want to try, investigate, figure out, find out. They always want to experiment. And we find ourselves in trouble and difficulty.
Now, ain't it easier to go and steal something? You get it quickly. Isn't it easier to do the wrong thing? So what is the consequences of doing all things? Are we going to miss out on anything? Is something going to happen to us if we do these sort of things?
Well, wrong habit, good habit consequence. And wrong also have a consequence. But some of the things we need to understand in life, you do 100 good. But the moment you do one bad, it overpowers the good. People only look at the negative. So your morality, your position, your status, it bring it down. Just like what happened to the Beni Garden. You understand? Allah cast them off. He threw them out. You understand? So wrong have its consequence, good have its consequence. But we human beings, like the example with ancient, people look at the negative. They look at the one or two things negative in ancient. But they didn't watch at the great quantity of good things that the man do. And I could tell you, ancient is a man of religion. Ancient is a man of Islam. Ancient is a man of IBN. And if people see the enormous good thing that man do, they will overlook the one or two things that they don't like. All human beings are prone to do otherwise. But we like to look only at negative, but we will never look at the good and learn from it.
No, but Azizul, as you were mentioning there, we don't always agree about everything. We have a little difference of opinion about things. But we don't get vexed and say, well, we're not going to talk to one another or have nothing to do with one another or so forth. Now, and don't forget callers, if I continue. Feel free to call us. The numbers on the screen. The numbers on the screen, and if not, if you want, you could email. We have an email address there, azizulmohammed@gmail.com. Right? You may not want to talk in here, what have you. You could probably send an email. Right? So, well, the program is really an hour. We just go in the extra mile, as in case we have some callers. But if we have no callers, well then, as usual, better we wrap up the program. Right? So we thank you all very much, for tuning in to IBN, our program, Why Islam. I hope you all were inspired by Azizul's speech today, because I hear him again and again, and I was also inspired. We also learn. By talking to you all, we also learn things. When you ask us questions, it makes us think. Sometimes we may not think about that until you ask us it. So we ask Brother Azizul to give us a little closing remarks, inshallah, and hope to see you again.
Mommy and Daddy, children at home, people, all you Muslims, all you human beings, everything that we, inshallah, that the programs to come, we want to base it in who is God, who is Allah, how Allah operates. And we also want to base it in this program, hate, envy, jealousy, the challenges of man. So in our other program, inshallah, I want to talk about a real example. And Allah gave real example. Allah himself speak, and Allah himself send guidance. So we want to use this book, now that we introduce this book, now that we know where this Quran come from, where the words of inspiration come from, brothers and sisters, we want to go into it, right? So we want to use real example, and we want to go into it. We have a caller on the line, and Brother Mirza.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, caller. Welcome to Why Islam. Go ahead, caller.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a great show and it's a good inspiration to the Muslim community.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions? Apparently the caller left already. Hello? Hello?
Right. If it pleases Allah, everything that we talk from now on will based on the Quran, how we see it, how we interpret it, and it will come from a viewpoint, how Allah operates, how God operates, how the devil operates, and how we human beings should operate. And Allah gave real examples there. Right? So, the other topic, inshallah, I want to go into is from the Holy Quran, chapter 12, Yusuf, Joseph. How Allah operates, how Allah treat him and how also Iblis, Shaitan, the devil operate. We want to draw real examples that happened thousands and thousands of years back. And Allah revealed it back to Muhammad, peace be upon him, that I, Azizul Muhammad, and Mirza could come here in IBN and we can tell this whole wide world about it. Brothers and sisters, we would like to glorify Allah. Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to Allah for allowing us, myself and Brother Mirza, to be here today. And through the mercy and grace of Allah, we want to also thank Inshan and IBN for providing this opportunity. Brothers and sisters, as I said before, IBN provided opportunity. And I have never ever done thank Allah for providing this opportunity through Inshan. May Allah give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that we may understand this beautiful religion, Islam, and may He give us the strength and patience that we may put Islam into practice. Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon us all. Barakallahu lana wa lakum fi Qur'anil azim. Wa nafana wa ilakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim. Innahu ta'ala jawadun karimum malikum barur ra'ufur rahim. Amin. Assalamu alaikum.